Ku Baba Television, mutawali wa Baba Media Group, program ya The Big Story, ne Joseph Tamale Mirundi, ulirwa kuna isawa 3 mpaka 5, mutawali wa Yohana Mirundi, Nemole Namatovu, ulirwa kuna sawa 3 mpaka 5 ezencha, atenga programu ene kudirwamu ulirwa kuna ekiro ku sawa 4 mpaka 6. Togisiwa wogisubidwa ku macha tegeza muno, nti ekiro ku sawa 4 ojja kuba julira bulungi. Bandiza mu yorwalero Zesa Simon Muyanga Lutaya olwalero lunaku lwanjawulo mu bitundu byaffe bino ebya Kampala tenduza ne gwangu kutwalira wamu kubanga onkyalero tusubira kwa parliament ya Uganda ey'omulundi ogw'11 okulonda abaka abanatukiikirira mu parliament yawo ya Iyala abaka 10 basubira abaka 9 basubira okulondebwa era nga mbalo muteko wamu aba NRM basatu mubamu abudde oluvuganya government babiri saako abantu abesimba okubwanna munigina muntu basubira kubamu omuntu omu era kusoma mwezi nga 29 lwalero bagenda okwana okulonda kuno era mu dakika ntono eziddako ojja kuba otegera biki ebifeeyo. Joseph Tamale Mirundi yasoma diplomatic relations international relations
yeze kiche sosomye nze nasoma meni
osoma buli ekiriko
abantu bajje wangere bangande omwana wange njagala abeerenga gwe ne mugaggo bisobola nze nasoma meni certain things about books for myself lenje kali kubebaza abantu
it is hard
kali kubebaza abantu kigere kino kibadde kindeetedde obuzibu kakuloti kankwata naye abantu baweereza sente
bamanya batyango oli mulwati
waliwo nakyogera somebody sent 5 million
5 million for you to treat a clone.
5 million. You're serving general sent me 1 million. There is an enormous man, a wapo woman, young Ambia secretariat, 1 million.
To treat your clothes?
Yes. One woman said, you were saying, Babble and Newunya Caesar. Yambere mitwalo makumi abiri nente. If this is not enough, sell it when you keep it in your club. A simple peasant who has never seen me. Abawereza emitwale 12 emeka bayitirivu. This is a verdict. Kakati nkubuulire enkya n'okeera ku makya n'ova ku position yo. These are the people you anger.
Ng'ovudde ku stance kwe bakumanyidde. It's very good. I think now you understand.
Abo be bakola ki?
Be bakwagalira awo woli.
Lemera awo.
So kaswaga nti ate muwanga ate yasaze n'abeero n'adde eno nga babivaamu.
It's not
the person we want.
Never. It is only in divine, under divine power. God. Nti Saulo yafuuka Paulo because of God's power. Mu Busiraamu mulimu wumalu. Nabbi yasaba n'agamba nti singa wumalu amaanyi gakusobola okulwanyisa Obusiraamu n'akimuwa wumalu n'akyuka. Saulo yafuuka Paulo. A quote of the Bible was written by this man.
Yes.
Yes. That's divine. But in politics, you must have, you cannot move from one extreme end of politics to the other.
Extreme to extreme.
Chechiba kubye bonna. Bidandishali. Winake wekoledde nti yesebo londa Museveni.
Kale. Njagala kwebaza abakujjanjabye.
Bantu banzijanja.
Nalinda byekwe ebbanga lyembadde nga tetulifenna.
Ate lulirwe nalwala. Esente zali wange nga ziringa bijanjala.
Sudiri.
Ngandwadde. Mudwalire ekisubi. Bayolangawo obuyozi olire.
Yaleete 10 nga ndi mukomero jjukira Sudiri yaleete 10 nanzija mukomera.
So tukolera abantu.
No, I have seen bandi twatete tuli wano nga ndaba abantu baba bakwagala nga balina kye bakwagalamu. They kept meeting and said why tokola kino why tuli ku kino.
In a country where you don't have an opposition, civil society nga baagigula kuba buli omu akolera ssente.
Eyo yonna nzikiriza. Civil service
tewali. Political parties tewali. Opposition tewali. In fact, let me tell you.
Ne civil society tewali.
This is the reason why Bobi Wine came. Nabagamba nti when a beautiful barmaid, a beautiful woman becomes a barmaid, the first person to follow her will be a boda man. Why? A boda man is aggressive. Men of substance fear rejection.
True, we do.
Yes. Wakugana toddayo. Naye ye eboda man oba omugana yakwata mu kiwato agenda okulaba nga noonajja kuba is a woman naye alina need. Kakati in the countries where professors have been compromised, where opposition politicians are preferred money.
That is heavy. You can't say where professors have been compromised.
Anti babu wine be bajja.
Professors have not been they have been weakened because the system does not allow them space.
Anti bayina senti. Money is
they have the knowledge, but you don't allow their knowledge to work.
Yes. Bakugamba nti abajaluwo batula n'abakikuyu e Kenya mu meeting, but the Kikuyus batuli abajaluwo nga balina PhD ne bajira ku boda boda nga basajja abakikuyu abataasoma
bajja
mpenko nizisimbye nibuga kati bantu bafaayi lwaki ebisebo byabamenyera ki. You cannot have professors in any country buli wabaawo ekintu bakuga nti a political science professor at the university has said this.
And most times what he has said or what he says really counts, matters.
Ebola kuchajja professor we Makerera asomesa medicine yayogedde ki. Give me one professor of medicine who has commented on Ebola. And you say
not because they don't have the knowledge, but they do not have the space.
You see 5 doctors
catch Ebola.
5 doctors in Mubende. How many doctors are there, and why don't you mention their names? I'm not doubting that Ebola is not there.
Ebola is there.
The mafias are using this newspaper, and the book has said, "Eyadose Mubende bamukutidde Masaka." Why? Bagame ne Masaka wetagisa yoji. How long does Ebola take? Okuba omuntu kutaka tukubireko mukunganya wakabukedde mu ngalo ndakugamba nti kunzigi.
Monitor is a very authoritative paper. Once they write, they have the doctors.
Monitor is hired by mercenaries.
Let me look for
they
the
wanted
doctors.
To make it a national
not monitor
calamity.
My brother. Let me look for the doctors. The names will be there. If it was somebody else, but you don't monitor.
Mamanya galiwa.
Amanya
genonya. 5 doctors Ebola in Mubende.
5 doctors.
How many doctors are there in Mubende?
There can't be 5 doctors.
Monitor
doctors catch Ebola.
Bagala said task force. Nabagamba mwabeza. Omuyima muwanga. Temusobola kutegeera basajja bano.
I'm looking for the
enzige bwezajja. Enzige zimanyiddwa. Tiziva mu Saudi desert.
Page 4-5.
Nezikwata Eritrea.
Yeah, I cannot read through them, but I know for sure that they are credible publications.
These are mercenaries. These are mercenary newspapers. Bagala kuleta was scare, but the task force
government has been building.
Government
has been building hospitals.
Nti bagendanga e Kenya. Ne bagula equity y'enzike. Ne baziteeka mu butaasa ne bazitambuza. Emukono zaalabisi. Emasaka zaalabisi. Emubende zaalabisi. People, you see, if you don't understand these people. Enzige baalitanga makutiya. Nga zibeera mbaale. Bazigula e Kenya. Bayita mu makuba abapokoto mwe bayita. Bazirabyeko. Sentoko yazirabako. Bamwine yazirabako emukono. Waliwo essajja eribbye eddala lyala disiri yazirabako emityana. Enzige nga bazireetera mu kutiya.
Era zaali mu gavumenti n'ezisaka ensimbi.
Enzige. Sempija yakulembera delegation of experts to study enzige za kyenvu za kiragala. Enzige ziva mu era bazikulaga nga bwolaba abazungu bwe bakulaga egundi. Gundi zino. Kati bagiyitaani? Katrina, kati bagitumyani. Eno gundi etawanya chupa. Omuyaga.
Katrina
ani. Ne bazungu ruteriyo. Enzige ziva mu Saudi desert. Neziyingira Eritrea, Horn of Africa, neziyingira Ethiopia, neziyingira Kenya, neziyita mu Northern Uganda, Southern Sudan, neziddayo. Bazi, naye Sempija yakulembera delegation okugenda okulaba enzige. Ne batugamba nti mwatekedde Lwamirama nti waliwo kampuni yatukolerako edda. Yalekawo ebbanja lya millions of dollars. Ezo ne bazikolayo. Kampuni yatukolerako edda. Tuyina ennyonyi 3 ziri mu bwengula.
Kati Mirundi goloza nti sente bwe batazirya zijja gy'oli. Era bazirye kubanga ne bwe batazirya tezijja kutuuka.
Nze buno obusajja bw'amawulire buno ekibuntamya bwavu. abasajja banoonya kubba billions obakubira. And two, you can chase away tourists. Obwongo bw'obusajja buno obw'amawulire obwavu tebutegeera nti what's the impact mu mawulire tulina ekituyita unexpected results. You scare the population, you scare the people.
Now what omunamawulire abakoze musango kiwaga nti abasawo 5 balwadde Ebola bwe babajje bali. Scan through the monitor and show me the names of the 5 doctors. They must be there.
When Nabanja went to Gombe hospital, how many doctors did she find there?
This government is
monitor
progressive.
Kati bwina nakabukedde akubakagula nebutugeta scam ba
oyagalaga nti Ebola waliwo abagala omulirako ensimbi.
They use every calamity to the maximum. Nti COVID nawandika akatabo COVID mafias because if we mama head
nako katabo
nembaga you will pay a heavy price. Abasajja abazungu waliwo abazungu bajja ne babagamba temulina okubeera ennaku nga muli mu isolation COVID ne babajjako sente zaabwe basi yabatwala ne bakoma ku immigration y'Entebbe mutuwe passport zaabwe ate mwe abalina okubeera nti muzituwe tuwaddeyo sente. It was alleged that the minister went and collected her husband. Woteri mwe basulanga nga ziri selected waliwo yali ya 5 billion nga tebasuzeemu. Once you turn a calamity into a commercial venture, then you have failed. This will happen in Uganda.
So why must it be in your DNA that you trust no one?
Yes.
Bwe buli kyabakolo kirava mu mafia. Ebola tabantu kyava mafia. Corona ntiba mafia. Where do you feel?
Negamba zinabagamba. If I'm not a mature man, I can tell you nti eyo mukabuli omuli mubaze kuba COVID temuli muntu muli munsawo za sementi. I can cause chaos in this country. Most of the coffins were empty. No one won't give amut. I can create trouble in this country, and I can tell you, your coffin, you must not believe. I was a cement is in coffin, but I'm much more man.
But you think you have some cases?
Hey.
Of entane zasikibwa mu cement nga ana abantu tebabikula ne balaba abantu ba
ate wa COVID yali abikulwa
waffe babikulanga abantu lwaddukanga babikula
wa COVID leo balaba mubikula nabagambye nti kye bayita Ebola mulimba. Ebola bw'ofa omulwadde w'Ebola ebivunyu ebisiriŋŋanyi ebya red bikuvaamu very scaring. We even lost Dr. Lukia. I don't know whether his family is catered for. Yaleka omwana we mu busawo. Naye omwana oyo ayina one of my children who are doctors. Yamuga nti batuyamba, families zetuyamba. Lukia, Dr. Lukia bamwerabira dda.
No. The civil side has been talking so much about Lukia. Minister of Health has been talking about Lukia.
Ate mukagundi ono musajja yayambalanga ebyenalemu.
Ani
omusajja yayambalanga ebyenalemu lubatta Abiriga's wife calls me. Ne yamulekera mu kibanja nga nanyini ttaka amugoba. Museveni bwe yagenda okuziika yabaga nti ngenda kukola ne building mu Arua biriwa.
Kati you blame Museveni, you blame
implementation teriiwo. Yes. The implementation is not there. This is why I tell you, tinzesiza kukola mu government banzite. Ye Museveni akwate milioni 10 aziweereze waffe mu kuziika. Naye nava mu government 10 years ago. Omwana wange yali omwaka ogumu kati alina 11. Yali wa 10 alina 21. Banda bako. Katuli mukene waffe nga banda bako. But if I had died, yes.
There was a possibility that you would have left dead.
Bangula basagize banzi on video. This is why you see soldiers there. They were deployed. Ngambala zinti baba nibatudde batula muki mu county kira bayitabi Kisugu county kira musajja nga bamuyita Kalancho. Yasabe milioni 10 Kalancho.
Baje bakutte.
Ngambala bakufiti. Ebyuma byange nga bibalaba. Kalancho da bakubira n'ejjambo nga batuse ewange advance team yali etusange nemba kubira ne jambo nemba wema kuba nalimba laba mu meeting Kisugu County Club ngamba laba mu meeting ebimwa byange bibalaba nenkubira sister wa president Mariam and another general they deployed at my home ngamba laba kati bamala okudiployinga banne babakubira esimu omuyisente je babawa baba we milioni yanga bali manzisia milioni 10 katumba amala bali milioni za dola 2 na gundi omukyala eyali principal private gundi state house controller na chobe na muwonya bali ya milioni lukaga bwe batakola obawa bakola analysis ne bakugamba ti okuveeka jazz okutuuka ekibuye waliwo patrol vehicles nnya. This man is guarded by military police who can respond quickly and the police. 2, we don't have silencers. Mbikukubira ku video nga batudde.
Okulia emboli dange n'envulugu.
Era nze ekinyamye mashini zange ezo. Ate bazimanyi zikola. The other day I was watching them in the meeting. They're about to solve the problem. We are about to solve the problem. Mwenda is my leading defender now. Give the money his money. Bajja ku program zangu musajja yabagambye mu writing restore those programs in million za dollars at mutala. They need of that.
Ngazigenda kukola ki? 35 million dollars. Kale. Wali mutelevu ku Baba TV na Joseph Tamale Mirundi. Katuve mu conspiracy theories tugende.
Yamusajja yagambye Mirundi is unforgiving. Yakwata gundi mu ngalo Frank enchana damu na muvumu. Yes. When I shook hands with you, did you return my money? The battery is over money.
How much money did God send you to pick here?
President yampa sente ne bazikwata lutalo luli ku sente. Era oli
wabage. Lwaki tozesonyiwa zezo kazo soso kufiirwa.
Bagenda president ne bamugamba nti omusajja w'ekigere kye kakuloti kamuluma.
Bagala.
Yabagambye genda mukubira esimu. I'm going to ring him. But for me, I know. The battle involves close relatives. Museveni cannot side with any of us. Nabo bachi complaining. Tiagano tuyamba. Kakati yevu.
Actually, nange mbuza. Why can't he call you once and silence you?
Yaziba wa. Yabawa send.
Lwaki takubira osimba ye mukama olimba ya mukama
kugamba. Whenever Museveni is cheated yawaye endala. Kuluno teyaleta. Ayagalamba kubemba malewe ramba mutusiza ku stage. But bategera.
Tubadde kuyala okulonda kwa iyala what should Uganda do? Tulonda leero.
Unless you know what these representatives are going to do, you must have chobolaba nti oyina okukitegeera nti nina tanulu y'amataffaali ya mitwalo 5. Can I take ka 12 or a tipper?
A tipper, certainly.
Yes. Kakati, what are you selecting these people for?
Bakola chi, what do
Bagenda kola chi. We are at the stage of creating a new state called the East African Federation.
Yes.
At this formative stage, you need competent people. Kubanga tuina kye tuyita federation, tuina kye tuyita confederation, tuina kye tuyita a union, European Union. Byanjawulo.
So this is, we are working towards the federation, East African Federation.
What does the federation mean? Federalism operates on 2 principles, 2 spheres of influence. We shall have a government, a federal government in Arusha, and state governments in all
each of the member states.
We have to surrender some of our sovereignty to Arusha to create a new state.
Some of good.
Because of the 2 spheres of influence, a federal government in Arusha and a regional government in Kampala, which where it means there are 2 spheres, which means what we regional governments and federal government. Yes.
For example, twagala ensimbi zikuwenga Arusha nga zeza ffeffenna.
Chobolaba nti bano European Union, why? They did not integrate amaji gampogola oba omelette. Britain yagana ina paundi yayo. Yagana euro. The Sweden ne Norway. The Italian lira, Germany mark bagitanga Deutsche mark ezo zavaawo ne bafuna euro esonga euro kakati union tekitegeeza but a federation means you are created after realizing that these small states are not economically or politically viable. They surrender some of their sovereign powers to create a bigger government in Arusha. Ambassadors.
So what's your question about the people we send there?
What type of people do you send there?
Oyenda tuwereze bafaanana batya abo n'abaligo bemwazala n'abesimbyewo oyenda tugule bantu kuvwaga.
America sent their president Wilson after the First World War, but Wilson was a Mulokole. He did not look into the objectives of the United States. United States wanted to become a superpower, and it created, when he went back, Wilson was assassinated. Why? He was a bad broker. Kakati abantu bemutwalayo ku state formation mumutundye bannammwe abava Kenya abava Rwanda bafanana abamu, because you compare troubled countries. When we were starting the European Union, gali amawanga aga France and Germany. Why? The American policy makers believed that Stalin would sweep off, communism would sweep the whole of Western Europe. And the largest communist party in Europe was in Italy. They changed it to God. Kakati. The Baba Gamba Moanga. Two, they set perimeters. To join the European Union, you had to be democratic. What you are doing, you are bringing in to other countries, Somalia, Congo, Southern Sudan. You are bringing problems. Unlike the European Union that had the benchmarks of democracy.
Now we are looking tutunula ebintu bibiri. Omuwendo otunula ekika ky'abantu abajja mu parliament eno ate olabika tokkiriza na kugaziya mukago kugatama wanga malala.
There must be benchmark. Fe tutunulidde numbers. East Africa ejja kubeera ne millions z'abantu bina. Kakati
era ko kaba katale kanene.
Katale ki? Can you send beef to Congo nga bali ankima? Onali enkima ye agula beef nga agikula. Chikubuza omukonga ayina enkima erifiri mu kibira bobo balaba kula beef naye omubalira
taita bwali kanchiba yabwere no tujja mugamba under the big protocol nti enkima teziribwa.
Congolese I use it to French and the Belgian items. True. The affluent ones. What are you going to say there? Some of these people, you see.
So let us look at the quality of the Ugandan representatives.
And you first understand. Let me tell you.
The task is understood.
Yes.
The task
you are sending people for two reasons. To be represented in the formation of a bigger country called the East African Federation.
Yes.
But these
are the architects of the state.
But the problem is, where you are going to put the headquarters of the federation in Tanzania, moves the course yasire. Tanzania erabika erinyo musadaka. Yes. Gwe mwagala okuteeka headquarters amu.
Yekubira nnyo ate wa muliraanwa.
Kyova olaba nti mu European Union batuuka n'okulonda omukazi Ablight Omungereza ne babawa all concessions, but Britain was determined to go. Kakati Tanzania moves the course. Tanzania buli lwewulira nti mulwanira ettaka mu Uganda is scared. Mubunduguleyo abantu baamu. Whatever call Tanzania nti enable inaki. But for you, the influx of foreigners, Tanzania moves cautiously. And this is where you want to put headquarters. Tanzania is not excited at all about the federation. It moves. Kubanga Tanzania,
you want to say we are excited.
Nyerere invested so much in the frontier states. Most of the leaders, bagamba nti n'oluyimba lw'eggwanga, I want to find out. To olwa Tanzania, lwe South Africa, lwe luluddawo. I want to find out. Nyerere invested. Ono omukazi. You see, what these people don't know. If a country's image is troubled, you choose a foreign minister who is a woman. nti omukazi ono
how does it help your diplomatic relations?
When Rwanda faced an image problem, the government ya Rwanda iti abantu ebweru baleta mushikangabo. I'm a woman. I'm a mother. Can I accept these people to be killed? When a country's image, when a country faces an image problem, it chooses a woman foreign minister who helped the Rutos and the Uhuru. Amina, charming. Amina, immediately rebayamba okusolvinga hege problem. Bamutwala mu support. Mushikanga bukata kyaliyo.
Because the duty was
Twalaba kakatambi. Nga Bush ne Gundi ne Tony Blair bageya Makeri nkakukwanira akawalako. Tujjukira mukuzika Mandela.
Ka video nkajjukira.
Obama mukazwere yagala omukuba oluyi ngatunulire ka beautiful prime minister ka Norway.
Era gwe wetegereza ebyo.
Women charm men.
Byetegereza
ebyo. If Uganda has a problem with the Europeans, you get a foreign minister, a woman. Gamba kazibwe, rehabilitate.
So ebeera by design.
Design. A country with an image problem must have a South Africa aliye chimiyo no mukazi Zuma. Ngabalo was anti Britain will have a female president, the South Africa for a female president, and Clinton will win in America. Bajja y'omukazi bebamanyi foreign policy. Ensebera ne foreign policy.
Kale.
Ba policy makers. Naye kakati
ye Michael Segawa.
Jeje odongo mukwano gwange.
Owejinja bamukutte daga nti awoli wayagala.
Ne wena lingeze yewa jeje odongo. Naye jeje odongo bwe yali amekamanda n'agenda e Rwanda okuteesa n'Abanyarwanda. Manyi bwe bamugamba oli palatuni kamanda. Ame kamanda tatambulanga iwe palatuni kamanda. Kakati jeje odongo tuiza mutwala mu foreign affairs.
Eyo katu lwaki izi yatukiikiride mu kuziika.
Ate kamba bulire.
Queen gwe twasindise.
Oyo oil is an interstate project. If you have a tough stance against the Europeans, is Tanzania willing? Does it have also a tough stance?
It is actually
what if Tanzania?
Adam Kungu was speaking.
Tanzania we government considering my relationship with the European Union. Project ejja kutamba.
No, the same question I was asking. Is Tanzania speaking tough the way we are speaking?
Yes, because this
certainly
not. Ogenda kuyisa mu ttaka lya Tanzania. Ekitegeeza, you must look what as you abuse the Europeans. Look what Tanzania's interest and attitude towards Europe. Oh no.
The big story.
Muwanga twatabuku.
Kubaba TV.
Twatabuku singa twalina gavumenti ezaagala abagezi twali bakoledde. Twatabuku. Fe twatabuku. Twatabuku.
TV. Joliko jolaba the big story ne Joseph Tamale Mirundi mutano wa Yohana Mirundi ne Mole Namatovu yetambula nayo tuli ku East African Legislative Assembly. Tamale Mirundi yaga nti abanupu baga nti bote bajja kwetaba mu kulonda kuno tebaagala yo mubaka. Do they have the views you have or a different thing?
Electoral college yechi. We don't have constituencies for these people. We make a parliament as the electoral college.
It is the college.
Kakati NRM yesingamu abantu abangi. Unless NRM nze mbabuulira nti wali baddewo pano ey'aba professors abasoma international relations to question you. Do you know what you are going to do there? But the parliament only eronda bulunzi. Kati ne deal zawe didda. Kubanga bo bagitunulyamu nga as an extension nga bwe twayinona gundi foreign affairs. Era nekino betugenda okyonoona, we shall get a road deal. This would be a work intended for two things. We have sent there, use there for state formation.
State formation, yes.
Two,
of the federation.
You must use them in the future. You have two speakers, but you don't have a diplomat.
Former speakers of, by the way.
Yes.
You have a former speaker, yes. Margaret Nantongoziwa.
Yes.
You have Dan Kidega.
Former
speakers
what
of
would
Viyala.
Be the intention?
We actually have a former Secretary General and Amanya Mishega. We also have Beatrice, the other
Tanzania,
Beatrice,
when you analyze Tanzania,
Kiraso, we have Kiraso
most
somewhere.
of regional Gundi, regional organizations are led by Tanzanian diplomats. Even when Moon, a Korean man, when he became UN Secretary General, he picked a Tanzanian diplomat as a deputy.
So would it be wise to get somebody like Beatrice Kiraso, who was formerly Secretary General, to go back as representative?
Public Gundi, Muiteba Professor Makerere, Abasomesa diplomacy. Have a control, Bajimani, Twainemiaka. Let them be name
about Nope Yatide Chogenda Muyala.
Nope Echimanyi. Unless you have an alliance with NRM, Ngatabaina Puriteria Jibakozesha. Because NRM will use its numbers. Why? They are driven by interests, not the capability of the person.
Do you want to assert that the NRM cannot use knowledge and other parameters to select someone?
Kubanga abakola kino balowooza nti parliament erina national interest. Today, if constitution in Uganda erina national objectives, zibuuze a minister. Get a minister ku TV omubuuze nti what are Uganda's national objectives? They are enumerated in the constitution.
They are the first. They are the first pages of the constitution.
You ask any minister uba ababe NRM nti manifesto ya Museveni mulimu ki?
Why do you assure?
Where
the national objectives,
yes. So
and directives of state policy.
These people in East Africa, but again, we shall not have constituencies. Why? Even the ordinary person doesn't know. It's only traders who know. When I move into Kenya, I move into Tanzania, I move into where?
It makes economic sense.
This is why you are telling people to learn Kiswahili. As if we wanted to move Swahili. A businessman speaks Swahili. A businessman who goes to Tanzania and Kenya. Yogera. The imposition.
That was the resolution of the Federation of the ESC community. And go Agambie, we should set standards.
Yes.
So the standard is that if majority of the East African states speak Swahili, Uganda cannot be an exception.
It will make it itself. It will make it. Are you saying that people don't know Swahili? Mimi najua Kiswahili.
Lakini yako si nzuri.
Kiswahili changu, Kiswahili rasmi.
Sio
Kiswahili cha bara.
Yako iko na shida.
Tunasema Kiswahili rasmi. Shika marhaba. Shika marhaba. Kiswahili kinasema kwa kosa.
Unaweza fanya
Kiswahili changu sio Kiswahili kinasema kwa bara.
Unaweza fanya hii programu yote kwa saa moja kwa Kiswahili.
Utautumia Kiswahili.
Nange naigalo yige.
Yes. Because of need.
Na yo lumala. Tukole programu no Kiswahili tumalako.
Malako. Nsabe mmere. Wali wasomesa kakati Bad Black yagenda okwana omusajja omuzungu amubbe. Yasomera mu secondary ki. Yasoma literature. Did Bad Black study literature?
No, she needed a few words to speak and respond to communication.
Yes, the musango oluzungu alumanyi. How did the Bad Black? I don't know how academic background.
I can't
question. Then namugamba Bad Black, you have money, you are sitting on money. You can write a book, My Journey into Prostitution. Nichiyamba abana abawala.
Into prostitution?
My Journey into Prostitution, no badaga, echecha kutwala you.
Are you confirming she's a prostitute?
Ye chikiriza. Era Bad Black ngoyagala okutamaka gomuntu ogula Bad Black. Naga nti muwanga yanoka kumwenyiza nge n'atasasula. Abantu bakugamba Bad Black atalimba amakaka tabuko
wama Bad Black atobyogera sinoganga kumwanyiza sinoganga ko simenya jeziri.
You cannot impose. In fact, let me tell you, President yagenda okutabaganya abe Kenya Kibaki ne Raila Odinga. He put State House in a hotel. There was no minister. When I saw the Railas shuttling between the Raila group and the Kibaki, bamuteka ko pressure Museveni. Taina minister no. Do you know that I appointed myself for Minister of Foreign Affairs and addressed an international press conference in Nairobi?
You?
Yes.
When?
At a president yagera ne minister, but minister they are pushed like a wheelbarrows. Nakuba wechiraka.
As a Minister of Foreign Affairs?
Yes. But one of the questions...
Although having you would be disastrous, really.
But one of the issues I addressed, the Kenyan media was saying, we sent there troops. Museveni had sent troops to Kenya to ensure that Kibaki does not go. I asked them why. Why do you believe that they are Ugandans here? Do you speak bad Swahili? Kiswahili was born in Tanzania, nurtured in Kenya, and died in Uganda. The Kiswahili we are speaking, I told these people, no, you cannot use Kiswahili. The official language of our army is Kiswahili. So
meaning there is a considerable number. Actually, I believe that all policemen are able to speak Swahili.
Yes.
The prisons speak Swahili. The military speaks Swahili. The trading community speaks Swahili.
Anti kakati lwafu ko lulimi olwababira. Kakini fungua.
Toa.
Toa birato.
Kakati panda gali.
Abantu ne bakola ki? Ne balukyawa. Nti when you speak Swahili at night is a Kiruganda. When they hear you in Imbalala town speaking in Uganda at baddayo gye bava abo basuma abogera Uganda basuma. Many people refuse to learn in Uganda. Why?
Basuma meaning
batunuliranga abaganda nga babasekerera. A language nti papa yogera ennimi asatu musanvu is not perfect as long as you can communicate with you notegeera. So kakati eyo yisu mutegeera.
Nupu yatidde numerical strength.
Yes.
Ntiteweza abantu. Teyatunulidde questions of diplomacy that
bagenda okulonda, they are driven by other interests.
So are you saying nti aba opposition abanalondebwa ne bayita mu bana ababatekanyiza na NRM?
Yes. Why? They are not benchmarks. If you apply, if you make an application on who should be Governor Bank of Uganda, the mumutwala mu parliament. A nominated a name must come to parliament for approval. But the parliament cannot choose the Governor Bank of Uganda. They
can't choose, but they vet.
Yes. Why? Vetting is small. Your character, your knowledge, and a committee, not the plenary. Kakati gwe, what did abantu abayina assignment? Let us argue. If you want to pick a national football team, go ita mu mawulire bakadirisha. Do you get the best?
No.
The framers, the people who came out with this issue of having Parliament, it was assumed that the Parliament would look what they need,
the national interests, the bigger picture.
Because if you think nti abantu bano bagenze kukolera kuzimba gwanga, what if tomorrow, what if it was UPC everywhere? UPC, hey, UPC is nowhere today. Very few MPs today. NRM has the majority. What if tomorrow NRM loses the power? So the interest would go beyond the political interests. It would be the best.
Choosing the best citizens that our country has.
From the assignment.
Okay.
What do you want to achieve? What's the assignment of these MPs? These people who are going to the East African Federation are going to lay a stronger foundation of a country in the future.
Is that reasoning not too big for your government? Because bagamba okulonda wayala beyond the political interests, beyond the party interests. You are loading them.
Warabye ko makanika abba ebyuma mu motoka ye abba muzabalana nateeka mu ye jamutta. This is what would prevail in Parliament. What type of person, even if he is coming from NRM, there are things that you must overlook.
Oba NRM, oba watch issues. Does that person have knowledge?
How many people do ask medical doctors their ethnicity? Yes.
The doctor nzo kunzijanja muri wagwanga ki. Tetuchikwa twagala kuwona. Tobuza dini tobuza gwanga.
Bulada ine ebera affected. When my father came, yalita nafa. Nebabuuza nti ani amujjanja banti Dr. Obote. Dr. Obote was an expert. Simuganda waka weekend. That's a question from my mother, from my father. Dr. Obote simuganda waka weekend. When your wife is suffering labor pains, do you look at the noses of the doctor?
Ebyo tubijjukira tuliyena.
Yes.
Nti abenyinde empanvu.
Ekyo kyolina okutegeera. One of the reasons why somebody should support something must be a selfish reason. A selfish reason we have is that this is stage formation.
We must work carefully so that in the future we have.
Rwanda bwe yayingira ne gonna yingira ekife ekyaffe ekyalimu the rate onene kye basalamu. it was split. Lwaki ekyaffe kibawaayo? Because of the type of representatives we have. Ogondi basindika ambassador wa Somalia ku mulembe gwa Siad Barre n'agenda e Somalia n'agenda e London. Kakati foreign minister mutwalayo okuwayo credentials yabuuza kwe nti how long do you take by train from here to America? Era nze nabalabanga bambassador abaza okupresentinga credentials. At least Museveni has knowledge on every country. Nganyumya nabo. What is happening in this country? There is this, there is this. Batigirira nyume kyamaanyi. Negwe noga nti oddira wa Gidoso omutwale e Beijing. Gy'osuubira okuga nti embassy y'amaanyi. Nti foreign minister amututte nti ono yakola kinti.
Wanyaga nti wa Gidoso
yali ala DC.
Si wama.
Yali ala DC. Omusajja abuuza ala DC kitegeeza. Naye nga bambasada 10 bambasada 10 bonna bagenze Minister of Foreign Affairs atutte bambasada 10 bano boogera naliko mu America naliko e Tanzania naliko amwekali diplomat
naliko mu UN naliko
Minister ngalago wa Uganda CV former RDC
ini muwende
wachi mumuyambe mutwaleke ensamiza afuneyo ka certificate mu diplomacy
Baba television. The big story.
I would be one of
Joseph Tamale Mirundi.
Katugende Uganda badde atambulira ku rationalism. I would be one of the best representatives in the federation.
What are you saying?
Yes.
That you would go and represent Uganda Muyala.
Anti-fit was some diplomacy. The ambassador wa Uganda Belgium yagenda ku embassy ya Congo nga bajaguze. Bamukubira yulwaki olutalo lwekisangani mwononye ekibuga kyekisa atwala sejjembeye tayina nabamugulira nti gwe abakungu bagenda kukuba empale bagijjemu lyatwala engalabi yalyo
wandibadde oli mwiyala omanyi lwaki toliiyo bwe wava mu State House weeyisa bubi wavuma buli kimu kale muntu abuuza ave ku Uganda agenda avume region yonna kyekyokka otherwise everybody believes you are knowledgeable and you do that job very well. Ogenda ovumire Tanzania
omukazi omukulu kasaba muga nti muwala wa ayina olubuto abavuma bonna ku kyalo naye kasa kikonfirming bwa nti omuwala ayina olubuto kale mukagundi navuma waaki me am knowledgeable and God has given me a platform to tell you because you cannot argue with me nti ndi musiru naye sisimu ya mwenji manyi
bakuvunana butamiivu buvumi bulumbi buchayi
nawe nywa gwenywa I think even when my mother conceived my father was a drunk.
I don't know.
Kirabika
I don't know.
Ate ffe abakulanga tugunywa nze n'abaana bange mbawako dozi babbebi ne bazzukulu ba akajiiko
kyekyoka ekiyinza okugana abantu nti musindise mutamiivu naye nga tumanyi oli mugezi bakulangira
nze ngumalamu gwonna ogwa naire gwekola tuera nziraba zitambula zonna ndi musoke simba mu lusenge ogwo abagunywa abalala ne kayibula mutamiivu ne mbabazi mutamiivu ne besi mutamiivu ne mugisha muntu mutamiivu you have quarreled with everybody
gwe balangira obutamiivu
you have quarreled with everybody and therefore the question of beer does not arise kuba mugisha muntu anywa
atanywa
kayibula anywa
tanywa
mbabazi anywa
tanywa
are you working closely with them?
No.
Which means the beer issue goes away.
So it's not about.
It's the system.
Kati naku zoba kulangira bulogo.
It's the system. Yes.
Bulogo obususse.
Ya waka. Mbina. Era sibyengani. Shiriki weri waka. Nze kamanda wabye waffe. Era chachi weri.
Gwengo osenya amanyo. Wagamba mbite busenya amanyo tebambala gwengo
bulogo. Mwiche mutamanyi. Ya African culture ira specialization. Omulogo wa 10 buli olaba ng'emmotoka esimbi omulogo si mulogo omulogo tali bana kantu tasobola kumufaliso omulogo ye mulogo wa 10 akugira ye mmotoka akasajja kangamba naye mmotoka yeena eri oluswayiri lwempulira lwa moyi teri Tanzania ne kagireeta ne kajiri kaina maaso matwaka bubweka oyinza okugamba tikakapa tekambala ngatto tekasenya mannyo ako kalogo ate agaba obugagga mulala agaba enzaalo mulala
anti agaba enzaalo mpulira yasookayo gyazigabye yasooka
muwanga kakati muwanga eyawanga omukira kumbwa ati that time abaganda baali baluza muwanga w'amaanyi nnyo kuba yawanga omukira gumbwa ate yaguwanga ku mpologoma jaja muwanga yawanga omukira kumbwa yembwanga
ne Joseph Tamale Mirundi mutawera na binde mole namatovu
byombi yina
kale
nze sibyegana
kale katumbulemu katono tukomotandikire ku mafuta lwaki mukamaawo tayagala kugera ku mafuta buli yagala ku mafuta abogola n'akabuwala nnyo amafuta gage tandikirawo nga tukomyewo let's have a short break be right mbozi yaffe bannafe aba National Unity Platform sabbi kino babadde mu mawulire baganye okusindika abaka baabwe mu iyala ate mu ngeri y'emu ne bakuba iPod ekigwo ekibiina kya Interparty Political Organization for Dialogue baganyi okuwa ensimbi endala ebibiina by'obufuzi ebisigaddeyo ng'aga nti paka nga nuupu eyingidde nuupu egamba tayinza kuyingira mu mukago gwa iPod gwerabanga ekitebe kya Mwami Museveni okufuna omukisa okusinkana aba opposition n'okuba compromisinga.
I think the president is not properly briefed. iPod is funded by the Netherlands.
Yes, NIMUD.
Yes. But in the constitution there is an inter-party committee.
In the constitution. So with or without Netherlands.
By the Prime Minister. Zino babanzibe. Museveni bamutunuza kwa iPod. Zino ni bazibba. The constitutional body for the inter-party
cooperation is provided for in the constitution.
It must be headed by the
Prime Minister.
But these people, after realizing, I even wonder, when Museveni attacks the Europeans and he supports iPod, iPod is funded by Netherlands.
And that's why Nagaji.
Hey, Banavabi. Museveni bamulaga iPod nga yeri mu constitution.
As a political scientist, does iPod have any role to play?
These are innovations. These are innovations. How do we make sure that these people can work together? Nga omu bwajja mu power bala tebadduka.
Oh.
Yes, that was
waliwo n'okusobola okusisinkana obuuliro lye ebyakunyiiza omugambeko ekizibu kiri mukamaawo tawa kitiibwa bwe boogerako ku iPod
ye perception y'abantu nti buli agende wa Museveni baga yamuguze b'abantu bazimba ekintu nti bw'ogenda n'otuula ne Museveni babaguze. This is the problem. The framers of the constitution anticipated a situation whereby we shall be changing the power.
True, it is.
Yes.
We shall.
Nti Uhuru yetulidde Kenya. Unless he is pursued. Era Ruto bw'abadde ayina strong stance. Dairo Odinga yavuddeyo n'aga nti I can raise 1 million people nerumba judiciary n'etakola and he can do it. Ruto has come down. Kubanga imagine ntono.
Ajimanyi
yasinza mu parliament abantu abangi.
Amanyi kisoboka okubaawo.
Ba governor. So these people yabe yaleta bamunyigiriza nnyo like me, the way they have humiliated me. But if they pay me my money, nga mwenda bwagamba and uncle Sam, we can shake hands. Nyiza no kuma unemba kulira yabu influence. Nsobola back marketingira program za mweza pro people policies. But money first.
Money first.
Money first. Not a government job. Money first. Kakati government, the framers of the constitution. Chobola babaleta innovation.
Obezo sente ziri mu
kibanda. Nti ne parliament evetinge. Naye omulamuzi mu Uganda yaga nti vetting is stops at education. Is it an academic? Is it UNEP? Vetting means what? You are moral.
They look at morality.
Yes. Omulamuzi wa Uganda ngali influence ya Uganda. Obo obuyinza yabujja ku veje. Reduce. Nino atambula mu bantu naye mulamuzi atambula mu bantu. There is a ruling in Uganda. Nti vetting stops at academic papers. Kuba bategera nti agabiga tegajja kuyitamu.
If it does not touch but the constitution actually talks about moral turpitude. They have to look at your morality, your history, your background. So, is Noop on the right track?
When a judge becomes a thief,
that's bad for the judiciary.
Bishop, I'm going to write. I've already written a book. When a bishop becomes a thief, Gandhi negotiate with the man who will be a takari. Kale bishop, Umukuristai, Yafana Rekera Vana Betaka. Naronda Bishop Umuno Mukuristai, Alabide estate. Yabitund. Mubisere COVID at what is the movement we back on the Dagan. What do you Namutabani woman to woman in Namukubid?
When a judge becomes a thief.
When a bishop becomes a thief, go and settle with this woman before I publish this book. I'm ready for legal battles. Omulamuzi yadduka mu judiciary ng'omusango gumusinzi n'agutwalibwa Nakalema. Passing a vote of no confidence in the judiciary. How can a medical doctor go to a witch doctor? After losing the case,
I'm doing a buno bwa chinansi, buno bwa chinansi. Wandigeze nogezako.
Ate n'agutwalibwa Nakalema. Kati gwe resign mu judiciary. Documents mwezirimu no when a judge becomes a thief, tasobola kumpaabira. Soka ko abana bange baloya ne bakasumamu.
Napitabi. Birabi.
Nimunyantuka kati tugende mu nsiki.
Birabi.
Era yasirika busirisi. This judge kept quiet.
Who is this one?
Wali yamanyi. Yasirika.
I see the image is a female judge.
Right.
She's funny such a
Kagani miya I tell you. Nti no pungezi. Why do you go to? Because to win you must have an alliance with NRM. And the NRM problem yayi teyina tomanya goyogera naye. NRM ina factions nyingi. Ero yinza okusanga kati to embarrass Mao what DP yinza okutayitamu. Because NRM is fragmented. You support Museveni, you are punished. Mu NRM okwogera Museveni is punishable. That's why you see the Kusasiras complaining.
What are you saying?
Yes.
But I think it is him who has created that.
No.
Because namu abamukole do bulungi muvayo mukaba. So how do you blame others? You can't blame that on the
starting a system. Oyizo kanti Museveni Katonda. Katonda ta azimbi omuzikiti ne kanisa nani kawo washiriki na wanga. The people who abuse Museveni are wasted. Those who have delivered, committed and dedicated service. Babaku. Why? Nti ekibakubya mulimu sabotafuge mu government ya Museveni mulimu a strong sabotafuge, a government within a government.
If I'm right,
today kusasa yali badda akaine emitwalo milioni 68 nti yasinga ennyumba ye
ine yatulagako endulundu ya sente zo zalaga ziruwazo
nti namuganza gwe banonye okukuba yulu kwati
namuganza
namuganza kasana namuganza yagamba president yeyandagira ogabe ettaka lye Nagulu
my sister
ni bakube basaida bomba bakidu makubu yabaga Museveni yatulagira mu government ya Museveni is a crime to support Museveni because the subterfuge is everywhere very strong. Mention Museveni bakube bakumalewo kakati
so olokubanga
NRM otesa NRM ki nebweba NRM yo yenyini eronda oyinza kusanga official candidate ayina bendera ye NRM nga independent ya musinza sente because the source of money in NRM with varying interests.
So nti Mao bwa joininga Museveni abe NRM abatali basanyufu bayinza okulinda wa DP mu parliament
aze ku consolidating ngani Museveni because I tell you if you don't want Museveni to anoint his successor, undermine him. Museveni mujewo. If you allow Museveni to have a comfortable life, it means he will influence his successor. So,
musoka ne mubulako.
Buli muntu yenna gwe awagira Museveni mumukube nse musekerere.
Ne Museveni wa.
Abulaba mukolera. This is the strategy. Ate Museveni ekizibu kye ebya sente tabimanyi. Nti ami nze nkubuulira Sudiru nga yampise
yasende kibi atamanyi
oba omusajja omugagga yenna mu kibuga nga yampise ne Museveni yampise nsoka wa Sudiru yes Sudiru weziri eza sudiru eziri
ekiri kiri nti ekyokubiri
naye Museveni yeka nalwaiso oyo
ne Sudiri
tojja kuzifuna
Sudiri bwakugamba ekigambo kiba kyekyo bwagamba kino aba ategeeza ekyo
ye talina bureaucracy ajja kuweereza omuntu Museveni ajja kuweereza omuntu nalwaiso oyo mwesente era nze nakubidde omukyala nemugamba muzeeyi wamugamba nti ndi mulwadde nti amugambe kati nawonye mugambe nawonye sente nazifunye abantu bazisonze because it was not my initiative by allies in the government bali scared mwana wonye
so they wanted to tell Museveni to treat you if
nabagambye nawonye
wa Museveni so ebanga nali wakola wali okola ki mwe munyiza mwabalidde kate mulina enjala nene okusinga fa batannali yako
banja vuwaza emyaka 10 balowooza ndi mwangu nja kukoma oba ni mu kidoli ekyani
bakwavuwaza emyaka 10 nga ovuga motoka ya milioni lukaaga eri wano wansi motoka oyo zezijidde kugwe nawe buli omu ajjidde ku zezijidde ku boda ojjidde motoka ya milioni lukaaga
wenfa bagitwala bagiteekamu amafuta
lwaki tebagiwaza ne bagiwaga milioni lukaaga gyotambuliramu
era sente bwe zajja 5 billion baziddusa this man must go to New Vision. I cannot go to New Vision. To be mpaka New Vision. To be mpaka New Vision. To media center.
No, they are considering your media expertise. You are an expert in media. Why don't you build New Vision to become a national?
Toita kumfula ngono mwana. Yava mu New Vision. Nine myaka emeka. Minister nkubira simu. I went home.
Katamale.
Myaka 10
nze muyanga eyasoma amawulire. Nga government enkwasa New Vision ogizimba. Ngatenga nti naganje.
I can't be under a board. Nakula nenkula nembimala y'ebitiibwa. Ejeno kandoti
omulimu gwasomerera. I thought they were getting from the political rooms. Ogenda okole mulimu gwasoma. We are looking for.
I have a magazine I can facilitate me.
You have just told me that if this country was sober, you would be the best representative. Iyala. New Vision ekuli mu Uganda tugikuwadde ekulemye. Kanto yagala genda mu Uganda.
Tontwala ku media center. Tontwala gundi. Tontwala mu New Vision. Tontwala wa amwema kiwamana. The body etudde nzije. Minister wa information yazze. Malo kwetereza amwema kiwamana 67 years. Bibi abana bato. Tubinteeka mu ebyo. Nimusajja mukulu. So therefore, akati tekubolya.
Omukisa tukuti our country ogamba no journalism banamole babbibo namawulire mole gafude bakwadde omukisa ogutereza ate n'oguleka.
Komere myaka kikunga. Abachoza bayina mutwe. Sente bazitwale bansibe. Mbamanyi ne babeera mu myaka 10 eji. Balo malo okunyirwa nti kati wano babbyewo nga badduka. Ewanga batwala 5 billion.
Bayinza okuteekayo ne ziyitayo.
Bote balabwa.
Gwe n'olabika. Body eriko Mirundi.
Kazinda ali ludda wa mukomera. But who was using Kazinda?
Who?
Kazinda came to me running at night. Nemuga wayingira mu battle.
So who used him?
Bigirimana bali bamukubanga bamukubira ki? Yes. Lero babigirimana kyabakoledde. Judicial agizimbe. Bali bamukubye.
He has reformed it.
Bujosi.
Agireforming.
Bujosi bokabwe bali.
Waliwo n'omulamuza amasibula.
Embwe ne basiba. Nogamba nasali ono mukazi nasali atayira mwana.
That now
abakoledde mu ministry ya education emyaka 10 n'omuvuna n'okubba milioni 3.5. Ne basiba mu lyagonja n'asiba n'ateeka mu kkomera. Kitawe yezisonda. Nabuza nasali atayira mwana sente aziteekawo. Obujozi bwe balina mu mutwe. Naye abantu abo be bajoze. Abantu abajoge we should whenever I watch them, I'm singing Uncle Sam lecturing them. We must embark on a reconciliation process. Otherwise, abana bafetidini kye tubalekede in a sea of hostilities. Even those people, the people like Kadaga, they are diplomats. Neno okwata Kadaga, no kwata Willy Balo. No jifunira ngondi ono kulisobole. Yali wa UPC yakomanga
Museveni. I thought teyali Willy Balo, yali chali kifaananyi, was a cartoon.
Must come. Those people you have humiliated.
But they never carried even Kadaga's things. It was an artistic good
move. I have not talked to a happy minister. Maybe Nankabirwa.
What are you saying?
I have not talked to a happy minister in Museveni's government. They are all complaining.
Ogambi, kankudde mu Luganda ganti. Tonnayogerako na minister yenna ali mu government ya Museveni nga musanyufu.
Except Nankabirwa.
Except Nankabirwa.
Golaba munonya. Nankabirwa alinga kapa tewali kijirya waka.
all Museveni's ministers are unhappy.
Mubende be bamukuba yakubanga banne bamuyambisa kuba banne.
Except Nankabirwa. I need to note that. Do you want to say that today Nankabirwa is a super minister?
Abakola biri babe. Nankabirwa ali mu group y'abasabo bamuwa 5 billion to handle Katagabe yanako. 5 billion, you have the video. Ngaseke genda okutula batula gende munyonyi. I know them. I recorded them on my machines. So Nankabirwa is the most happy, comfortable minister. Abakuba yete bamukuba. Neba muyingiza ko diro omulundi gumu. Bali bamututte. Bayina kye bamuwayiriza bwe kinene. Kye kyamukubye waabo. Nobolo. Naduka kona ye obujozi bwe ne bukenderamu.
Now I want us
to Nankabirwa namuyamba.
No,
first bagenda bana abasajja ababa ADF abo. Bagenda ne bababulira nti Museveni ayagala battegundi. Batteja miri mukulu. Ne bagandi ka Museveni atajja miri mukulu namwonika kalabu. Ba minister aba tumuweereza mutwe. I alerted them. Nankabirwa yaganti oya alimba yagala kubba sente. Gwe nayamba. Umpe sente umpe mbeka. I alerted them. Balumumba. Endo buzeru bumba. Lumumba ne mu video. Ti abasajja bakatudde babo balabu. Naye kasitamuwanika Jamiri mukulu kalabba. Bagenda kugoli muri. Ne Nankabirwa n'abana babiri bali baweereza mutwe. Mutwe.
Ngatono oseka kati ya oseka chiku.
Nemba yamba.
Ayo yagale bishifa.
Bisho nemba yamba. Mwe mise ina network jota sanyirako. One of nze binyambye okubeerawo. Sabba mu government. Ekyokubiri ebiri byogambe. Bikuba.
Sibihaze limusajja mu Kristayo.
Ebyokusatu
musajja buloko lisagala bintu byebyo gwogira obikoza kale. Bwe tubaliriza ne Mirundi ku nsonga ezo. Kyendowooza nange Mirundi. Bwe naba ntandika okuwandiika ekitabo. Njagala kuwandiika kitabo ku lwaki buli agende wa mwami Museveni mu ssanyu akomawo akaaba. What is it that
mulimu a faction mu government
that the faction is more powerful than Museveni himself?
Ati nkugambye nti eri faction yekugamba kubanga olina okutegeera who are fighting Museveni. Besi yali dokita we National Political Commission. Mbabazi yali secretary general. Tumukunde yali ki?
Director
have you seen anybody outside the NRM? This tells you by the time you realize
oba bwe babayita okugenda okuweereza muyitawe mwandikomi. Everybody who has worked with Mr. President Museveni
yabazanyira ku kintu kimu okuva mu nseko. One bazimbira NRM ku buntu kaluti kibonge kyanini abana ba Museveni obasanga eyo. The rebels became Museveni's boys. Government ya Museveni yaleta emirembe not NRM. Kakati if you have such a structure ekizimbiddwa ku muntu yego okuba
ale yabakubye
is a strategy
yabakubye
anti kakati
yabakubye
we try to soma political science batugamba nti waliwo omusajja yasomesanga taekwondo na training omusajja nakuba ensi yonna naga nti gwe sinnakuba ku nsi ye gwe trainer wange tukayingire. But because this man had reserved certain tactics,
the problem nti Museveni bakubye banji mwagala tunenye Museveni noti mwe watyange empisa zammwe Mirundi ze zitatuukana na service omusajja akututekola ozze mu birala.
Let me tell you. Do you believe nti omusajja kubeeta Lwasa azanyira ku bakazi can win a divorce case if he is married? Why? There is no judge who can deny mukazi wa Lwasa divorce because actions is mu media zimulanga
nti emirimu tegiggwayo
nti waayisa abakazi bwatyo. Kakati it comes a time when you cannot defend yourself nti yes, let us assume Mirundi is a drunkard, is abusive. Is Mbabazi also a drunkard?
No.
Is Besi a drunkard?
No.
Is Kaikule a drunkard?
Not at all.
Yes. Baletera omusajja Germany bamwita Shuruda ne bamuleetera slogan All of the three women can't be wrong. Yawase mirundi echi.
Esatu.
Ate makeri ne bagimuleetera. Yafumbirwa mirundi echi.
Esatu.
Naga ndi mukazi mulungi tafumbirwa musajja omu. Naye slogan yakuba suluda. All of the three women can't be wrong. There is a problem in the system. Tiwaliwo abayagaliza obwa president. Where do you find a system that can abuse muhozi? Mbanga atamiti. Mbanga ataga. Mbanga mawuli mu monitor.
No, shiba kibinyo kwa izo omuntu atanyo obutamivu. Naye bw'aba anyo
obanga malise. That's why I wrote a book. Kani muhozi kayirire bwagaba bikamwe muhozi. If Museveni has allowed his son to be mind the way they are doing, then how will he avenge?
No, because who is maligning Muhozi? It is you. Mwaba complaining anti baba kunga anti nafe katukube mutabani.
Bama nyuze sigalina. Navayo ne muterera ko katusa ngati tanda bangako. Contrary to people's perceptions, I've never seen Muhozi. You
have never seen Muhozi, or you have never met?
I have never had a one-to-one with Muhozi.
Does he even know you exist?
I don't know.
No, he doesn't. I have also not seen him physically.
Naye mu family ya Museveni mulimu ampala naliyo.
The rest abo baleke. You don't need Muhozi to work. Mirundi, you don't need Muhozi to work. You do your work.
As a spoiler in the future. Omanyi natunulidde nnyabo ng'alogootana. My mother. Abasajja baabo bajjidde ku loole bayitirivu bangi tani wange ajja kujja abakuba amasasi. He is recalling Buganda riots. Bamukuba amagulu. What did the government give her? How does she feel nga uli abakusasa abayina emitiri gya sente? For the last 10 years, this government has never given me money.
What do you mean?
Tebampanga kantu.
How?
Even that vehicle nze ngiteekamu amafuta. N'abaserikale bange mbawala awenze. Kuba babiteekawo binnemu babitwale.
So you don't get money from government?
No.
No salary, no allowance, no...
Which salary? Million yemu? Which salary are you talking about?
A million is a salary for a presidential advisor. 1 million.
And this is why the Sirimba is a sompe ekintu nga tekijja nze nali mu State House. Nga bwe nkusaba nti ngenda kugula kamera neetaaga miliyoni yanga nompa 2 nga nkugamba nti akapapula katudde tuwandiikanga. Naye mu feature ba auditors tebagenda kujja kundaba nti nasabaaga nompa 2. Kitegeeza 10 mbadde nze balibbe. Me don't move in pretense. 1 million cannot sinza kukolera 1 million. Mba nkulimba. Mba nina okubba.
Ofuna akakadde kamu wa presidential advisor.
1.7 is why you want.
Nga presidential advisor. Sente zikumaza akomwezi akakadde.
Abakazi bana n'abaana nkaaga mu 2 n'embuto 3.
Gali, Mirundi, lwaki mwami Museveni ono gwe wandikako ng'owandika oil cars buli lwe boogera ku mafuta atabuka nnyo tawuliriza tayagala kumanya agabira wazungu tewali asobola musomesa ku ekyo ekizibu kiriwa?
We are handling a most valuable item for the first time. The oil is exaggerated. Songa gold wali. Diamond wali.
And they also have birimune sente nyingi.
Yes. Kakati oil is exaggerated. But Museveni must also, for us who look at things, whoever wants to invest in Ugandan oil gets trouble. Edogoni yajja wano ngayagala ku investing.
Ne mumukubo.
Bwe yaddayo bali bamuwambi. Sinawatula anakazi ka gundi. Thailand.
Yeah, Thailand.
Bwe yajja wano. Owa South Korea bwe yajja wano. Munda. Government yagwa. Who are the factors? Who are these factors?
Nti buli ayitako wano.
I even suspect.
Bwadde eri akuwa.
Nti wadde teboogera. Even in neighboring countries are quietly undermining. What if Museveni gets oil money? What will he do? Obanga asobola okudiployinga amagye Equatorial Guinea, Southern Sudan.
N'afuga region bw'atyo nga talina oil.
People sit down and analyze. That's one factor. The second factor.
But don't we look at the fact that his oil is coming at a level when alternative sources of energy are also very many?
Ate kakati kitegeeza gwatagagawalangako sente zonna zofuna ziba zikola.
Okay.
Yes. Oil money comparable to G. Oil money dwarfs other products.
Okay.
Oil money dwarfs. 3. Oil is exhaustible. Is exhaustible.
Although no one is saying that.
Let me tell you. The court that handles oil cases is in London. So if these Europeans, Britain is now carrying out, pursuing independent policy away from Europe. Being a colonial power, you can do. And who are interested? What company budget any? Ya Italy, ya Vatican, and Italian mafias, Yagala oil. Archbishop of Canterbury, Bamujamu oil company, Nayagala oil. Who is going to exploit this oil? You must understand. Is it a Chinese company or a European company? Where do they benefit? The players. Before you determine. 3, the president is determined to have a refinery.
Government
refinery
government yandikutetia ensonga eno. Diplomatically, how would they have handled not to?
Look what these undercurrents. But look what these people are raising. You see, for us, what I do, I have alternative.
Bagamba ogenda kuonona obutonde bw'ensi ate okyalina ebikolwa ebityobola eddembe ly'abantu buli omu byalaba n'atali bweru n'ali wano naawe obiraba.
Let us ask it. Museveni has handled very well the post-election period. Era bino bimutandise nalabye monita era nga zeemu. Monita bwe batali muggala. Monita yeetaaga kuggala. We are no longer hearing about Gundi.
No.
We are no longer hearing about safe houses.
No, that's where we disagree with you. When the monitor says drone is it is not a paper that just speaks. No. I'm telling you. Can we stop it by facts? Are there no drones? Are there no people who have been abducted?
Every day, bakulaganga abagenze magere bebaluze kukuba bavudde mu safe houses. Kuba you must know this is an internal job. The moment Muhoozi halted his activities, said it. Nabaga nti mutunulie Karamoji. Waliyo Mpokoto. Waliyo at the end of the day together kusettling Karamoji n'ebijanjalo ebyokusiga baduse kati Mpokoto kati bawoliyazi ababbi badduse Prime Minister's office badduse. So this fire is ignited by people. So therefore,
wasoma
you are talking about human rights violations.
Yes. Do they exist or not?
Are we suffering from a storm or a drizzle? Are they declining or increasing? Is Museveni adamant? Or he has responded?
No, kwekulaze nti buli lunaku waliwo abantu baabwe abatalabika every day. Monitor yabatadde mu mawulire mu monitor.
Monitor kuba badokita abafudde nga tebogere.
Yabaddemu n'abalaga abagenzi. Bidu baga nti muyanga talabika.
Let me tell you.
Yetaaga te kubuuza nsi.
Talabika abagenda ebweru.
Bantu baabwe bandika kyo yagenda bweru.
How? It could be fake names. Kakati bakiyingiddemu. That's one.
It was not names, there were pictures.
Human rights.
Bobi Wine yali alaga ebifaananyi bana banupu balaga ebifaananyi ono talabika weegundi ono talabika weegundi. Does it mean that when you join in NUP, then you get a diplomatic immunity? Did the government stop a criminal? Can't you tell us nti oyo yanywedde enjala ne tumukwata alikato ku poliisi?
Obyobufuzi batuga nti a devil will always find the defense in the Bible. Nti oli mwenzi nti Yesu yamukuba amayinja. Does it mean that once you join in NUP, you don't commit crimes?
Can the state now declare?
Yabano gye musanze nga toyinza kuleeta abasajja bantu nodi omukazi omukadde n'omwaminisitule ya information omukazi omukadde gyose kuggwawo nokwata ono misinformation bamuyitani eyagamba president nti yali mukutta nebanda nobawo okulya media
bali munsi
Museveni needs an effective minister of information. Kakati buchanabusa yavayo walebyeko statement mu State House. The statement issued by the press secretary of the president bamuzenye contempt card. They are exaggerating these human rights to undermine Mao. Ti Mao's contribution Mao okujoininga kwe mu government tikuyambi. This is what Inupu is doing.
Baba TV
Kakati the second point
mukatoto kamutandikirawo Baba television bunazibira onaba otegeda abaka parliament anigo balonzo tuchikira mu parliament nene ya iyala era akalukano nga mirundi bwayogera nebinadirira tujja kubifuna
Mao does not a DP man does not go through is Museveni on test titaina control oba alimba ate bajjamu kubo wa DP tuembala simao. Once Mao is defeated,
I thought
it is going to encourage. Omanyi kiraba nti oyo kubayita gundi simanyi nalukola netegule nalukola ali mu DP simanyi yero yawe era yali atwala mukozi mu court, so you can see the factors to tetegera under current to the moment, because it was announced because of the understanding between Museveni and Mao, a DP candidate, a DP man had to go where. If it does not happen, then it means Museveni is a liar, or he does not control his members. This is what these people want.
I expect that embarrassment will not happen today.
Wait.
So are you saying it abe NRM tebagala babegattako ngate batusanga muko bagamba jangu eno
it is a man at play. Museveni mu faction mu government.
So isn't NRM happy nti Nobati Mao ali na bwaso nokuleta jira disiranda so nokuleta no
mulala. Stabilize the party's politics. Nabaga nti okujja kwa Mao kwa stabilizing party. If your children are aniruli funa yomulala mu bagambe n'oyo mwana wa. Ti abaana bwe baba badde bagala kugoba step mamu wabo. Nobaga nti ne house gala abaana bayina bange. They think it twice. Should we allow a house girl to take over, or let us maintain the status quo?
Ne wachiri oli ayogerekekako okusinga ono.
Yes, Mao stabilized. Mao relation in the president mean Mao taina mutawana muhozi. Wakati bate babibala abasajja bano nzimba laba buli lunaku. I watch them on a daily basis. Basoka kutula batala. Ababini bagenda bokka. N'ababini bagenda bokka. Chino eno common position. This is why the Canadian man has told them write a resolution to not affect this man in the future. 2, this is lending money. Loaning money zimba wadde million asatu mutano eza dollar. 3, mwana kulaba ngo musajja ono center azifunye mugenda kweyambisa eno gundi ya finance muzimujjeko zimala kutuuka ku accounting. Oyo musajja mugezi yabagamba nti oyo musajja Mirundi timusobola mwanta agonize nti mujjeko program bajjeko program bagende bamugaye nti ndi irrelevant yabakubye jogo nali bajjamu yabakubye ddala obujozo
katunulire ku Museveni and control. Is he becoming too kind or too soft that is no longer in control? Kubandaba ku nsonga z'ettaka ndabya abantu bangi abogera ku nsonga z'ettaka nengende ba president n'agamba neera ne bangoba nengenda buli addukidde wa president ku nsonga z'ettaka era bamujja mu ttaka.
Why has he failed to?
Tebazisa mu nkola.
There is only one person in Uganda who dealt with this land issue. Only one in our history. Why? He was driven by economy, by money. Governor Crawford in 1928, after realizing that Basoga had grown more cotton than Uganda, he instituted a commission of inquiry. Abasoga abali stubborn bali mabati pamba asingo wa Buganda. The man instituted a commission of inquiry. Only this. Kubana kuga nti buli stubborn DC no wasematalo wokubiri bamutwalanga wa. Busoga. Kasaba gamba be. Abasoga bakoze iki?
Edda bwe bali naye leero nedda.
Era omusoga akugamba nti atasiima Muganda na mulogo. Why? nti abaganda bwe bagendanga e Busoga okusoloza omusolo n'amufumbira enkoko ng'amala ogirya n'amubba kuba n'omuganda mutume butumi kati abasoga ne baga nti atasiima muganda namulogo ate abaziba n'abaziba tebaagala baganda abaziba bagamba nti abaganda munasulaha abaganda munasulaha yatte eyanjumba njumba yali mwami w'ekizibu abaganda munalalaha akayita eyanjumba abaziba bakugamba nti gundi abaganda bagenda ekizibu okulusolozayo omusolo was a battle state kabaka wa Buganda abakazi be bagenda okuwasa babatwalanga ekiziba ne babagezza obubina abaganda baagala nnyo obubina tulaba ono muganda ng'agamba nabagenda nti ennyimba zammwe ezo zibalondoola ani ayina ennene empuuta bajja gimukwatiramu bajja kumuyoola ng'agyetise mayinja yaga nti kibuyaga bw'aba yazze n'ebyataleeta bwe yayingiramu enaalemu n'efuluma atunze ebintu obimalawo kusasira yagamba eno enkola ya taxi agikoowa yagiddukamu eyabbaasa erimu
yagidduse
Kamiliyoni yagamba bekyusa abantu bekyusa ani asinza okwekyusa okusinga Kamiliyoni they are haunted by their songs kakati nkugamba
so ofuna n'obudde obwanalyzing ebyo ati
nti Governor Crawford bwe yalabanga abasoga bali mu pamba asinga owa Buganda in 1928 instituted a commission of inquiry. How could these stubborn people grow more cotton than Uganda? The report to Governor Crawford revealed the following. One, abaganda baganya okulima pamba kubanga babajjako busulu n'envujjo which was progressive. Ti omuganda bw'alime kutyeza pamba 10 nanyini takatwala nnyo. Which means talaba kimulimisa. The governor fixed busulu at only 80 cities. Yeah.
Okushwalinga ekizibu ekyo.
Yes.
So olimo omanyi nti atwalako 8.
2. The governor gave a directive. No landlord could evict a tenant without the consent of the governor. Ngumujjawo. As a result, only two reforms in 1928. 2 reforms. Cotton production increased in Uganda 10-fold. Only 2. Governor Crawford, only 2. 1.
Reforms.
He fixed Busuru at only 8 shillings a year. He only dictated nobody could evict a tenant from his kibanja without the consent of the governor. Why? Why did the government?
They don't know nobody should evict without the consent of the president. See the people will evict.
Kakati, what happened? They were saying they got security of tenure, and the cotton production was increased. Kakati, tewali mulala yali akikoze.
So Yachikola, what's the purpose of the investigation?
They came here.
He wanted to improve the economy, or he thought it could be internal dissent.
There was a cotton famine in Europe. They were not driven by. Why do we remember Bishop Barrow for bringing cotton seeds, not Bibles?
Okay, Barrow.
Yes. After Manoli's doctrine, the secretary, America, Babidi, Manoli, ne Marshall George, Marshall Plan, Manoli Declaration, Manoli Doctrine, Yagoba European powers in Latin America. As a result, slavery negwao. Nebaga no, tugende, tubafugire ewaabwe, balime pambo, populate gundi. Kakati, chekije nadendo kugamba, don't we have alternatives? If these people are against the pipeline, can't we have trucks? Kenya tunda mafuta gatundira kuki. Southern Sudan baleta professor okuva mu Juba University n'ababalira. If we amafuta tugayise Katumu batubala. Bwe tugayisa mu Ethiopia waliwo steep gundi olusozi twetaaga ebimotoka eby'amaanyi bagayisa Nairobi ku trucks. Do they have a pipeline from Juba to Nairobi? You look at the alternatives, but the alternatives will be costly. Why? Kuba Busuma, tewali kirala Busuma. Obusuma bwe bubonyabonya bwano. nti ate era nga bategedde nti neggwanga lyabwe nga makanika atabba byuma mu mmotoka ye abasajja bana basoma ne bategeera nti lino eggwanga ki naye olwazuula amafuta ebunyolo ne bayinsayitinga abagungu n'abaliisa. Do you know that near the oil wells there are more people from northern Uganda than Banyoro? You look at where they are. They have discovered the oil. There are many northerners in those areas than the Banyoro. Abapulani ngabaliwa nti Karamoja develop salwa Karamoja batuka extend baga nti Anthony Butere Bulimba kedi ojijusiriza bachi kakati wokiraba nti after the governor no successive leader has maintained what the governor said.
Busulu at 8.
Yes.
And no eviction without.
I mean, Najja nationalizing ettaka yaliwera mu 78. When these people came, batu lyabuli chamini kyonnanga kifu. Ne baga nti no nationalization. Kakati 3 oyina okumanya. The changing trend mu Uganda. 1 is it is no longer important to keep omusenzi for 80 shillings a year. Fekitafu yaleka yika lusambu mu nkaaga. Ngamba mukulu wange ettaka tulitunde bali balugo. Ewafo yito kuba abantu mutaka.
Kisoboka.
Yatwala abasabe yange kitafu akyaliwo. Ne bapima ettaka ne bakola ekyapa ne bakola ebyapa. Nemanye ekyadirira. Bwe yavaayo yasanga emmotoka ye tekuli mipiira.
Olwokwalesa abasabe.
Nkugambye. Tozanyisa shiriki yesobola obujozi. Shiriki yekuba obujozi. Muganda nge motoka yagitanga yayimbitanu munya nakiyingira agistarting ng'emipiira tekuli. Abalugu bali ewaffe wano. Omanyi nti empiira gyabula.
Ebintu bya shiriki ebyo tetubyetaaga. Shiriki tetubwetaagira ddala.
Museveni created a fund. But even that fund has not helped. Why?
I have seen success stories.
Nti abakika kasita bategeera nti abaganda babusenti land roads bayina ebyapa ne babanoonya. Land shifted from Banyoro to Bakiga. Because a Muganda land road and abusenti land road. Lwaki ekyamuganda ogenda ebunyoro wetagisa nnyonyi bamutirayo. You could not tell, and Obote did not nationalize these byapa. That's the mistake. You find the Munyoro land, ngate Munyoro ali kutaka lya Baganda, but Baganda fear to go there. Kakati when change came, ebyapa Baganda babikuza Bakika. It did not benefit but the former Banyoro who owned this land before it was transferred. A Muganda is free to sell Yizichi. There is no dictation that land in Bunyoro must be bought by government ebawe ebyapa. A Muganda has his land title. Ekyajjajjawe kye yafuna. Ekibadde aido talinnyayo. Akikuzaani. It would have been the government to buy these land titles from Baganda to give them to Banyoro. But at the implementation, Abakika be babigula. Many land titles is Bunyoro Bakiga be bazina. Not the Banyoro. Kwango inokumanya nti bana abategeera information bayitegeera mu. 2 antagonism ya men. Nti Museveni is fighting a formidable groups. Abazungu bali bagezi. Kabaka bamuwako square miles 3.5. Buganda yasangibwamu square miles akakumi kamu kenda mu lukaaga. Abaganda ngati boogera mutwalo. Omutwalo kitegeeza ekintu ekisibe oba omutwalo kitegeeza sente ezo kitaawo za kuwugula omukazi. Omutwalo twatyo tetuwira mu vocabulary ya kenda. Buganda yasangibwamu maira akakumi kamu mukenda mu lukaaga. The Kabaka got only 350 square miles. Akanana ne bakagira abami 10. Because they wanted to create production. At that time, the population of Buganda yali ntono 58. Baba abantu mu Buganda nga bali miliyoni emu n'ekitundu nga Baganda bali 9,000. Ekitegeeza ati that time ku independent bwe bakola endagaano y'olwenda population yali ntono. Mayiro 8 baakawa abaami 10 square miles 88 ne zibali mu kkuba nga Basebeya tewalina ssente tebalina. It did not turn it into development. Mayiro 9 ne bakalekerawo abaliddawo. Museveni yakakwata n'akagemulira Mmengo. Tekaliko Mmengo. Mayiro 9 was reserved for the future generation. Era Sahari Johnston bwe yali ayogera mu lukiiko lwa Buganda yagamba Mayiro kano 9 nkalekedde abaliddawo kubanga bakabaka bammwe bajja kusiriwala balitunde balinywemu omwenge bwe basiriwalanga banywe ebyabwe. That's what sir, a foreigner as this Canadian man is trying to solve a decade war between me and my adversaries. All of the good things that have affected the land were done by foreigners. The man who reserved the agenda for us, for the second generation, Sahari Johnston. The man who changed, who reformed the land in 1928, Governor Crawford. A foreigner find this easy. Why? Chimbadde kugamba ngambo muwano. Nti mwanyoko teri if you are interested in your sister, walikiriza abamuwasa. That's why in some tribes, bogena mu bawalabu, nosanga omuvubuka omuto ng'atambula n'omuwala omuto abamwannyina. Bayina kye bayita glory mothers. Bwafumbirwa nga si mbeerera ne baleeta omusawo yalinnya eŋŋamira, yalinnya ku muti, yawuga oba sabbuuni amusalako omutwe. Kuba amahale ge gagenda omuyamba okukola ki? Okuwasa ate. They preserve, they jealously protect because it's being preserved by somebody else. But if you have an interest, mumwanyoko, you will chase away the sweethearts. Kati ba foreigners basolvinga nnyo ebintu. Why? They are not part. Baba driven in ebintu byabwe. Nti this man in the 1900 agreement wanted to reform Buganda and weaken the Kabaka's institution. That's why Kabaka yafuna Mayiro 35. Kakati Mayiro akenda Mmengo yakatwalanga Museveni abaddiza ebyapa. Buli ewali eggombolola ya Buganda waliwo square miles 8 yabibaddiza. But these institutions were not belonging to Mmengo. What if we get a communist country government newera Kereziya? Kereziya abakomunisi bwe bagenda tuzidizaaki? Yes, churches, but not individual Catholics. These mu Buganda mulimu amasaza 18 abiri gagenda. Buli saza weriri lirina square miles 16. Omunana ogw'omwami ow'essaza n'omunana ennimiro y'omwami ow'essaza. All of this land was returned to Mmengo. Bidali wrote a letter to the president.
Because we could not find those twandinonyezera ow'essaza then.
These were public utilities.
You wanted the land to go back to central
government ez'ebitundu alagidde abali mu mbuga ya Kasanga tibagiveemu ey'essaza. How does it belong to the Kabaka?
Embuga ya Ssaabasajja ey'Ekasanga ate
y'abantu.
Ate batya.
Let me ask you, how we babakwatira. If today we construct these headquarters, do they belong to the individuals there? Or they are national institutions?
They are national institutions.
These were national institutions. Buganda Public Service, Buganda government. They belonged to the people.
So they would have remained in the hands of central government?
Yes. These people were interested in the dilapidated buildings. Not at all. They were interested in the land. As we speak today, the Kabaka, who had only 350 square miles, atuse mutwalo 11.
Ogwetta.
Anti akenda yakatwala. Embuga z'amagombolola ziri mmeka? Buli weri waliwo square miles 5. Embuga z'amasaza ziri 18. Buli wali embuga y'essaza waliwo square miles 16. Ayina square miles mmeka? Makubuya. In trust. We are keeping this land in trust. In trust. Kakati, this is the crisis you have. Nti Museveni tasobola kulwana na formidable forces. Why? The church has land.
Today, I understand why you have failed to solve the land question. You people speak about the land question with its bias and sentiments.
These are facts. Nkugamba nti abazungu baategeera. Era abazungu baategeera church eyina ettaka. Kakungulu alina square miles 24. Kamuswaga alina square miles 24. Church zina 93 square miles. Bahamu Mukasa, Bamatayo Mugwanya Bani, bakwata ettaka ne bazimbako amakereziya naki. Ekkanisa esatu ezisangibwa mu Buganda ziwereddwa square miles 94 zikoleko emirimu ekuloba tugenda okusiba bino abali wano enakasera abo abatonda ettaka lya
television program The Big Story. Olwaliro bwetu wenjala tugimalize ne Tamale Mirundi mutabani wa Yohana Mirundi ne mwali n'amatovu njagala tumalize olwaliro Tamale Mirundi okoze bulungi nnyo tujja kubinoonya tubifune kale olwaliro bwetu wegenze bajja kuddiramu ku ssaawa 4 ez'ekiro wano ku mukutu gwennyini gwa Baba TV nga bulijjo tusenkana olwokuna lwa sabiti
nakasera awo
yanga
it was a club back take invest in Buganda.